Welcome to the big house, Michigan Stadium. Sometimes it just seems the electricity is turned up for Saturday night college football on EA Sports. It's the Ole Miss Rebels and the Michigan Wolverines. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
When you talk about iconic stadiums in college football, the Big House has to be at the top of your list. One of the most unique stadiums. It is nestled down in the ground. It is loud. It is fun. Ann Arbor has one of the finest stadiums in college sports. Guys?
Thanks, Holly. The Rebels headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Underwood. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. It's been a rough start for these guys, and you look down the schedule in the Big 12, there aren't many soft landing spots.
Well, no doubt about it. This team has had some bad breaks early this year in Big 12 play, but they've got to make good things happen, David. They've got to do a better job of executing offensively, defensively, and on special teams, and it's got to start.
Lofts one high and deep. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Trying to take it back. A tough start to the opening drive as the defense comes up with a big play.
And this defense starting to become a common thread, man. First drive, they forced the INT after having 4 picks last week. They are finding the football. Nice way to start this football game.
Takes a handoff, and he's going right. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5.
What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Wants to throw on first down. It's complete to the right. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Takes the handoff. It's Lacey. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from...
Got it! He gets it in! Touchdown, Ole Miss! A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and then make the big play, get the touchdown.
and no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. The give to the single back. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Here's Underwood to throw. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
Tries to do it himself on the draw. There's a crease. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good third down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you want. Like the interception, the turnover, good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
So now it's 2nd and long. Underwood throws to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Made a defender miss. And what a big play here, and the return takes it back inside the 25. Rebels offense is back on the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Looking for a crease. It's Lacey. Breaks into the open. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now. And the Rebels are threatening on 1st and goal. Going to the run. It's Lacey. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Rebels. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat and you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Motion from the wideout. The run inside. It's Marshall. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5.
Really nice play call by the offense, too. Obviously, your quarterback's thrown picks on his last 2 drives, so you have to settle him down. And the best way to settle down a quarterback is to get the running game going. Put it on the big fellas up front. Put it on your backs. That's a really nice run, and that should help settle the QB down a bit.
Wide open downfield. That defense got gassed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who could make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
He can't make the catch, and over the middle of the field, sometimes you hear those footsteps. It's third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Snags it, and there's running room. Into the house. Touchdown, Michigan. Big-time touchdown there to get some much-needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who are you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
And he's going to bring this one out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. The play-action fake. Under fire. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top as we get a look at the stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. With the catch, it's Gill. Oh, he's got some space. The 30, the 20, the 10. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. The Rebels will hustle to the line. On the move. Touchdown, Rebels. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
Got him downfield. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Running inside, it's Marshall. Plows through the defense. Dragged down at the 39, but he's got 5 yards, and they'll move the sticks. Inside the big house, they have those big condominiums down there on the field, paving the way for the running backs.
big, huge condominiums, and every year it's a little bit different of how they wear their uniforms and how they fit their uniforms. But
makes a grab and room to run. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. And the Wolverines go back to work after moving the chains through the air. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
You know, that really speaks to the identity of this defense, guys. They take pride in big hits and clean tackles, but they are going to let you know they're there. And they're going to let you know for 60 minutes. I love this run defense because of the way they play together.
Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Bryce Underwood to throw for it on 4th. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. And he'll be marked down, but what a play to come up with that interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback.
Got some room to run. Got enough for the 1st. Pass to 50. Pass to 30. Inside the 10. He is in. Touchdown, Rebels. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
What an unbelievable play on offense. And I think the thought process was, hey, we're on our own 2-yard line. Let's just run the ball and give ourselves some space, give ourselves some better field position. But the ball carrier says, no way. I'm making people miss. I'm taking this thing to the crib. And he showed you his speed. Wow, what a game-changing type play.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. He's going to let it go. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion.
You never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one great throw and one great catch to wake you up. They need to score a touchdown on this drive. They need to score another touchdown on their next drive, but maybe that's the play that turns things around for them.
And that's a big play for this offense, and they need to get going. They've built themselves a deficit. They need points on this drive, or else, guys, the second half, we're going to be telling old war stories, right? Like back in my day.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast. He's elusive, can make big plays. Nice job by the defense keeping him in the pocket and getting the sack.
He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And that's better protection up front by these guys. You give up a sack the play before, you got to give your quarterback some time. They do. And another thing that I really like, guys, what he did right here, you don't have to take a shot. You don't have to get it all back in one play. Nice job getting it out of your hands and now making the 3rd down very manageable.
He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. Needs it to keep this drive alive. And he will not get there. How about this defense stopping that run short?
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
He uncorks one deep. It's picked off, and that's number 10. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with the pick. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the 1st half. Throwing, Underwood. Pulls it in, it's Marshall. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Dropping back, it's Underwood. Fires to the wideout. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, let's get it started here. Week 6 on what's already been a revealing day here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with Texas Tech taking on the number 5 team, the Miami Hurricanes. And it's the Red Raiders lighting up the scoreboard en route to the win. How about 2 teams putting up 50 burgers in a game that has to be in the conversation for Game of the Year? That is another solid victory for this team, who now gets to 5-1 on the season. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels as their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Looking to throw on first down. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27. Guys, here come those maize and blue wing helmets on offense. The defense set them up with a turnover, and now to try to cash it in. Makes the catch. It's Buchanan. Touchdown, Michigan! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Here in the second half of this game, you're trailing, David. No surprise there. You got to throw the ball to the guys that are making plays for you. He had already had a touchdown catch. That's number 2 now. And if they're going to get back in this game, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
Amen. I mean, keep finding him. He keeps making plays, keeps catching the football. And listen, when you find that matchup outside that works, that you can depend on, I don't blame quarterbacks for going back to them time and time again.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba. Holly, what update do you have on that?
Guys, things are starting to get intense down here on the sideline. The turnovers have been the story of this game, and it all starts with this defense. After that last interception, they came to the side.
Found the seam on the left. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. And the Rebels come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Off the play fake. Shoots it to the left. A strike downfield. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. They really got this offense humming. Just the 4th play of the drive, and it's 1st and goal. In the red area, it's Lacey. He is denied, and it'll be 2nd and goal. The Rebels are in the hurry-up. To the air on 2nd down. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Rebels! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David. When the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track of what's happening during the game. Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage? This is the guy. That's now his 2nd touchdown catch in the game, and I don't think that's going to be the last time we see him touch the ball.
Number 17, set to kick this one away.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So here comes the Michigan offense. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. Working on the right. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Grant or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Greasy, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Marshall. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. He's got the back in the middle. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Wolverines have this offense rolling.
And to say he has trust in his running back catching the football is an understatement. I mean, there was 2 guys on him. Like, he was absolutely covered, but he still makes the play. And he does that a lot, man. He's a game breaker. He's a guy that can make big plays for this offense. If I'm the QB, though, I might be a little bit careful. If they got that many guys on him, I got to be safe with the football.
Here's Underwood to throw. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
This offense was just hoping for one big play. They finally got it. They're trailing big in this game, and they needed that pitch and catch to put them on the doorstep to make this a game again. Give them credit. They never lost their confidence. They never stopped being aggressive, and finally 2 guys hook up. Massive play for the offense.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Bryce Underwood to the air again. Trying to barrel in. Touchdown Wolverines. Put 6 on the board. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
And with the extra point, they now trail 35-24. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Looks like he's going to bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. Makes the grab. It's Haas. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. And the Rebels want to move quickly.
Man, they've been scoring a lot of points. When you've got the skill and you've got the speed outside of wide receiver, that's why. And here we are in the second half, and nothing's changing. If they can't cover us, we're going to keep taking shots, and that's what you got to do. This quarterback right now, he's in a beautiful rhythm. He's seeing the field. The game looks slow to him right now, and he's executing at an incredibly high level. And these receivers outside, man, they are winning each and every time.
And that's a really good job by the quarterback, man. You run the play action, you want to take a shot. Nice job taking the check down. Running back does the rest and chews up some yardage.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
On the move, it's Lacey. Picks up the first down. Makes the tackle right at the 28-yard line. Pick up a 5, and they'll move the sticks. The Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. This time he wants to throw. He's got the tight end. There he goes. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. And the Rebels have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Lacey. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Now on 2nd and goal. Now the play fake. Firing to the right, complete. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game, and he just has 4 now on the season.
And I tell you what, this part of the field, once you start getting in the red zone and the field shrinks, you got more big bodies on the field. The running threat is real. Tight ends come on the field, and what happens? Run a little play action off of it, get it to the big fella. Nice plucking it out of the sky, getting the touchdown.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Oh, he's got a chance. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Underwood makes the catch. It's Buchanan. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Back to throw, it's Underwood. Here comes the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Gets it out quickly. And they'll move the chains with the 1st down, but that might be it for the 3rd quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Rebels! The defense takes matters into its own hands. Now they've got a little breathing room after that score, and a Week 6 victory is in the offing, it appears.
Really got to be impressed with the defense here. Late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job. Not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
Set to kick off.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Throwing, Underwood. Got a man, it's Buchanan. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Quarterback running on the draw. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. And the Wolverines now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the air, it's Underwood. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. The Wolverines will have it 1st and 10. Here's Underwood to throw. Finds his man. It's Marsh.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. A manageable distance on 3rd down as they try to convert from the 20. They'll run it. It's Marshall. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to them and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
Holds and fires complete to the right. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Fires to the tight end. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Underwood falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. After this, it'll be a wrap. Trying to pound it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you